Greetings from K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Myself, C. Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchendur. Today, I am going to brief about the topic is Introduction to Logistics Management. This topic is under the subject of Logistics Management under the module of Management Studies for the Mechanical Engineering students. What is logistics? Logistics is the design and administration of systems to control movement and geographical positioning of raw materials, work in process, and finished inventories at the lowest total cost. That is man, material, and manufacturing process. These are the three combined process of product is converted, raw material is converted into the product. That product will reach the customer through the process is called as logistics. This logistics also defined as the art of science of obtaining, producing, and distributing material and the product in the proper place and in the proper quantity. For that, there are n number of process including in the logistics management system. First one is the component supplier, then one is inbound logistics provider and OEM, outbound logistics provider, distributor logistics provider, retailer, and the consumer or it's called as end user. So first of all, the raw material is collected from the someone industry, then the raw material is converted into a finished product. That product finally reach to the end user or customer. That the total process is called as logistics management system. So goal of logistics management to satisfy the customer expectations for delivery of products while minimizing the total cost. For example, we consider this logistics management is best example for you already know about that Flipkart and Amazon. So those online marketing following the logistics management system. The managers must support the requirements of for procurement, manufacturing, and customer accommodation and supply chain operation. So these products to satisfy the customer and to deliver the products at the right time to reach the customer. While a customer place the order at the date of 12, the customer need the product on 15th. So we have to calculate the traveling time and the all the circumference of the product. Then we analyze that the product will reach the customer at the correct time. So that is the calculation and pre-planning of the logistics management system. In the logistics manufacturing firm, there are the number of costs are depending upon the logistics. The first one is profit, that is 4%, and logistics cost 21%, and marketing cost 27%, and manufacturing cost 48%. So these are the total profit of the product. So from the raw material to product conversion, they consider the logistic cost. The logistic cost is the third major amount of the manufacturing product to reach the customer, that is 21%. In every product we have a logistics cost. So the material where it manufacturing, finally it reach to the customer. So that traveling cost is called as logistics cost. Then logistics. In the logistics, the n number of process will continuous. The first one is supplier and procurement, production and assembling, retailer, distribution, finally is reached to the consumer. In the supplier, they have a network planning. So in the they have the n number of network connections. Then finally they reach the product. Then they need what are the products will sell in the month or in the certain period. They collecting all the products from the various shops. Then finally the online marketing, the consumer will select the product and getting the product within the time. So They find out in the warehouse logistics, transport optimization, distribution logistics, and spare parts logistics. All the material flow optimization techniques also following in the logistics system. Then flow of logistics. This is the flow of logistics from the raw material to finished product to reach the customer is the flow of product. For example, in this picture, the wheat is the product. They are packed into the to reach the factory, and it's converted as the product. Then finally it reach to the shop, and last the reach the customer. So in the reverse flow, there are two number of flows in the logistics system. The first one is forward flow and another one is reverse flow. The forward flow, the product to the customer. Then finally, if any defects or something else in the product, it will get the reverse flow, the shop to the again the manufacturing industry. In the logistics management system, there are three plans. So that one is the plans, implements, and controls. Plans, the product is to reach to the customer within the right time. Implements, they implement within the number of modes to reach the customer. And controls, they have to control all the process. Then difference between supply chain and logistics. Difference between the supply chain is transforming a raw material into products and getting to the customer. So the supply chain is called of all the transforming raw material into the product, then finally it reaches into the customer. In the logistics system, only controls the final product to reach the customer. So there are 7 R's in the logistics. First one is right product. The customer need which product, that product is reached to the customer. Then right quantity, if the customer order 2 number, the customer must getting the product number is 2. Then right condition, the quality is very important for the logistics system. Then fourth one, right place, where the customer the product to reach the customer's place. Then right time, where when the customer need the product, that time the product is reached to the customer. Then right customer, with who is order the product must reach that customer only. Then right price, though we does not make the high cost for the product using this logistics system. So these are the main 7 R's of the logistics. First one is the right product and right quantity, right condition, right place, right time, and right customer, the right price. Then logistics functions. In the logistics functions, there are the n number of processes are there for the integrated approach. The first one is transportation, warehousing, 3 and 4 PL logistics, and reverse logistics. In the transportation, there are 4 or 5 modes from the factory to the product reach to the customer. There are 5 types of modes, transport modes are there. Then warehousing, the customer need a product within a limit of time. We have to arrange the product nearer to the customer of many places. For example, if the customer nearer to area nearer to the Coimbatore, but the product availability is only in the north area like Delhi, the customer get the product within 1 hour, it's not possible. So if the customer needs at the right time, we have to purchase the product and storage in the warehouses. So that is the concept of warehousing. Then 3 and 4 PL logistics, there are party logistics. We have to differentiate the parties like third and fourth party of logistics system. In the upcoming slides, we know about what is third party logistics and fourth party logistics. Then finally, reverse logistics. The product is finally reached to the customer. If customer not satisfied with the product must be get into the manufacturer. So then only the manufacturer identify the defect of the product and it requiring. Then logistics, in the logistics function, I already told the number of transportations, flight, train, by road or by ship or by pipeline. So mostly the pipelines used for petrol and oils. Then here the number of logistics functions, the first one is 3PL, that is third party logistics system, and 4PL, fourth party logistics system. So the mode of transportation is depending upon the fourth party logistics, and the place of logistics consider upon the third party logistics. This is the difference between the third party and fourth party logistics systems. In the 3PL, provider manages all aspects of fulfillment from the warehousing to shipping. For 4PL, provider manages of 3PL behave the customer and other aspect to the supply chain. So in the 3PL is only the product reach the warehouse. Then fourth party logistics provider will be help to the customer to reach the product. For example, the 4PL is considered for if we purchase a product from the MI website, the MI website depends upon the blue dot couriers, though that courier office the courier services will reach the product to the customer. So that blue dot is act as a 4PL, fourth party logistics, for the MI manufacturer, mobile manufacturer. But considers Flipkart, that they have a own logistics system is e-cart. So that is called as 3PL. Then the scope of integrated logistics operation. So in this logistics operation, you have a supplier, procurement, manufacturing support, customer accommodation, and finally reach to the customer. For the two flows very important for the logistics system. First one is inventory flow and one is information flow. The inventory flow means we have to store the product at the warehouses. So if the customer need the product, we send a inventory record to the customer. We have 7 products at the time in the inventory, 9 products at the time of inventory, 11 products at the time of inventory. The message must conveying to the customer. And information flow, what are the products are available our warehouse, then it will be reached to the customer at the right time, at the right customer when. So these are the informations must know the customer. Then the scope of logistics, the speed and reliability in the distribution of products and services. All the countries are followed as the percentage. The logistics cost is as a percentage of GDP for the countries. For best example, Korea for 16%, China 15%, Japan 14%, for our India 13%. Finally, France, UK, USA also as the main part of GDP is considered the logistics cost. Then logistics performance cycle. So we have to measure the logistics depends upon these cycles. The first one is material source, lead supplier, manufacturing plant, distributor, and finally the customer. So the material source and lead supplier for the purchasing cycle, and manufacturing plant and distributor for the manufacturing support cycle, then finally customer for customer accommodation cycle. There are 3 number of logistics performance cycles are there. So for this, the material source and supplier, they must need to supply the products. Then only we have a raw material to the manufacturing plant. Then only the manufacturer manufacturing the raw material into product at the right time. Then the right time the product will be reached to the distributor. Then only the distributor distribute the product to the customer. So this is the performance cycle for the logistics. Then the 3 areas must the value added process of logistics process. First one is customer relationship management, is the movement of finished product to the customer. Manufacturing production, concentrate on managing in workflow inventory as it between the stages of manufacturing. Then finally, procurement. It is the inbound and outbound process, in between the inbound and outbound process of material, parts, finished inventory from the supplier into manufacturing or assembly, warehousing to the retail stores. So these are the three areas also added the value for the logistics process. Thanks for watching the video. Keep learning and growing. From K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchengood. Thank you.